social medias and follow, like, and comment on their stuff. Make sure and support. My name is Kris Bryant. I am the host of the City Highlights, brought to you by GMT Broadcasting Company. Shout out Kengi. Hey! With that being said, this live recording has some amazing people in the building. Y'all say, what are you doing, Kris? What is really going on? Well, what is going on is we all gonna have a conversation. Who? All of us. About business, branding, growing, connections, all of the above. So, with that being said, I am going to let every one of these amazing people introduce themselves, and then we'll get into a little conversation. We're going to start on this end and work our way around.
Awesome. My name is Crystal Dillard, and I am with the Crystal West Texas podcast.
My name is Roland Hennigan. I am a real estate agent. I am one half of Hennigan Realty Group.
I'm Dayna Hennigan. I'm the other half of Hennigan Realty Group, and I'm a realtor.
My name is Felicia Washington. I'm the owner and founder of the Raw Essence Luxury Med Spa, brand new here in Houston. I'm also a nurse for 23 years.
I'm Audrey J. Jefferson, also known as Got Nails by Coco. I am a nail cosmetology school owner, and my school is called Got Nails University. It's my baby, Got Nails University. Say it.
And last but not least, I'm Takia Scott, owner and founder of Sophisticated Images, where our main mission is to rebuild confidence through hair replacement.
Amazing, amazing. So, first and foremost, let's give these amazing people a hand clap, a round of applause, and put ourselves on the game, because what you're looking at is Black excellence is in the building. They have pulled up and parked their cars. You're looking at it. And what we're doing here today is, this is an opportunity for all of us to connect. Because the only way we can grow is if my people tell you about me and your people tell me about you. So this is an opportunity for us to do that. But what is the best part of it is you guys get to engage with them, ask them questions, find out what mistakes they made so you don't have to necessarily make them. Because I do not believe that that's how you learn. I believe that I absolutely can learn from someone else's mistake, and they can tell me, and I don't have to bump my head in where they may not. I can just listen to them and learn, right? Okay. Y'all agree with me on that?
I agree.
Okay. So let's get into it. First and foremost, tell these people how long you've been doing what it is that you do.
Well, Kris, actually, I started with my podcast, the Crystal West Texas podcast, when I ran for state representative in 2022. I didn't know what a podcast was. But actually, everything was so turnkey, and you told me to simply come in and just be yourself and start talking.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even remember this, but Kris volunteered to be my first guest.
I did. I do remember. I said, "Girl, got you."
Yes, and because of the way that she sort of coached me real time through that, I found out that it wasn't this difficult thing that I could not.
So you did it in fear.
So 3.5 years later, here I am. Yes.
Y'all heard that. So that's a motivation right there. There's a lot of time that we all want to do something, but we're afraid because we're not the experts in it. We don't go forward. But I must tell you that Heinz, Hunt's, Del Monte, all of the above, even Kroger brand, when it comes to ketchup, you can find 15 different brands. If you're looking for a hamburger, you're going to find McDonald's, Burger King, Checkers, what's that, Wendy's, Carl Jr.'s, and all of them saying the same damn thing. Burgers, nuggets, and fries. Miss me with that. Don't worry. Do it in fear. What's the motto of that? Do it in what?
Fear.
Everybody say that one more time.
Do it in fear.
Yes, let that be your motivation. Do it. Even if you're afraid, do it in fear. Now we're going to go over here to Roland, and he's going to tell us a little about himself.
Well, yeah, so I've been a real estate agent for about 4 years. And, I always had a passion for real estate. I always wanted to do it, but what was holding me back was, you don't get paid just for showing up like you're doing somebody's job. Yeah. And I had a family, you know what I mean? So it was just something that I had to contemplate. But then COVID happened, and that changed my life anyway, and I had to step out on faith. I became a real estate agent, and it's been successful. I hadn't looked back, so I'm really thankful for that.
Okay. And Miss Dayna?
So my timeline is pretty much the same as Roland's. I did not have a passion for, or I'm not gonna say a passion, but I did not have a dream or aspiration to be a realtor. I was in education, thought that that's where I was gonna retire from. I had been in education for over 18 years. And my last position was an assistant principal. I was assistant principal at a high school. And then COVID hit. And they did a huge budget cut down the middle for the state of Texas for special education in the district that I was in. And so my job got eliminated. Fast forward, Roland was doing some interviews with different brokers, and he was like, you should go and look into real estate because they keep saying teachers make the best realtors. And I'm like, that's not my ministry, that's not my calling. But lo and behold, I prayed about it, and it was definitely one of those moments of I did it out of fear. And so I stepped out on faith, and we have been successful. Thank God for the 4 years that we've been in business. So.
Amen. Amen. So y'all, what you learned from that? Y'all know what y'all. Don't matter if it's not your dream. If your man got a dream, and he's like, follow him and see the fruits of your labor. That's what that means.
That's what God told me.
That's what. Okay. When God say go, do what?
Go.
That's what that's gonna be. When God say go, you do what?
Go.
Okay. Let's squeeze. Let me transition on over here to this beautiful queen. Now, tell these people what you doing. How long you been doing it?
So I have been a trauma nurse for 23 years. I moved to Houston. Well, first I was doing aesthetic medicine on the side of being a trauma nurse. I was doing aesthetic medicine in Michigan. I was going to open up my business there. And it was real simple, real easy. Lots of lax rules and everything. So I said I wanted to move to Houston. Moved to Houston, hit a brick wall. All these different laws and rules and everything that they have down here in Texas did not apply in Michigan. So I was so discouraged, and I was just going to say forget it. So I started praying, and I started asking God to give me signs. And I met a young lady in class one day. I went to take a Botox and filler class. Met a young lady from Louisiana in Michigan. We both flew to Michigan to take this class. And her medical director was part owner of a company that is now the PC of my company. So I didn't have to get a lawyer. I didn't have to do any of those things. So I just think I did it out of fear, but it was all God.
Okay. I love that. Now, what can we come up with that one? Let me see. Well, give us a good one that's gonna go with that.
But God, that's what I say every day.
Okay, there you go. So
God
the
saw
lesson
fit
in that
for
one
me
is
to come out
but
here.
God. No matter what obstacle.
African Americans, because we're the minority when it comes to skincare, and we're not heard, we're seen. They just want to give us how they're treated, but we have to know our own skin and know how we react to the medicines and the different treatments and stuff. So that's why I got into aesthetics for us.
So here you no longer a number. That's what that is. With her, you are no longer just a number. She cares about you as a person and as a patient.
Yes.
All right, Miss Coco, Miss Audrey, go ahead and tell us how long you've been doing your fabulousness and give us some insight.
You always gassing such.
Baby, I stay in here. I am the driver. But y'all great though. I ain't just gassing you up. I speak light into you because you are who you are.
Thank you.
Black girl magic.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right. Okay, so I am Audrey J. Jefferson, Coco. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Moved to Houston with a 2-year-old daughter. I'm an over 30-year nail technician who stepped out on faith, moved to Houston, and I always had a dream of becoming really an instructor, teach school. Didn't know that one of my clients was going to invest in me and help me open up the cosmetology school that I have now. We've been open for about 4 years now. Super excited about that. Been an instructor now for 6 years. With her being an esthetician, just remind me, we just got approved for the esthetician. So we will have esthetician.
Grow.
Right? We will have esthetician at GNU. Definitely love my school. It's like my dream come true. I'm actually living in the answer prayer. I started doing my nails with my grandmother who's on my chest right here. I was doing Lee press-on nails. If anybody's over 40, you know what a Lee press-on nail is. And so I really am really blessed. My mother is here, so y'all give it up for my mama. You see her? Yeah, so And my grandfather was a school owner, a music school owner. So I'm like, wow. To God be the glory that He even saw fit that I was able to follow in my grandfather's footsteps as a school owner.
Okay, so what I got from that was living in answered prayers. Do y'all agree with me? That sounds like living in answered prayers.
Yeah,
I love that. I know my ancestors' wildest dreams.
I know I am.
Okay, y'all give Audrey a big clap. Don't be shy, show her some love. Okay, this next lady, y'all know her very well because she used to be the co-host. And the reason she became the co-host is because I was doing what I do. You say you want to do something, you say, oh, I don't know, no problem. I am that person that believes support is the stability. If you got all you need is one. If one person believes in you, then that's all it takes. And I believed in her. And now, look, she got her own stuff. Go ahead and introduce yourself to kids. Tell everybody, well, you told them who you are, but let them know how long you've been doing what it is that you do and what it is and how the world can benefit.
Well, thank you, Kris. I'm piggybacking off of her. You pump us up. She make us feel like we own the world.
But y'all are.
Well, I'm Takia Scott, like I said, owner and founder of Sophisticated Images, where our main mission is to rebuild confidence through a hair replacement. I myself was born with hair loss, so it took me on a journey to helping anybody who suffers from hair loss. And that's what I've been doing for the past 25 plus years at this time. Right now, I started my own podcast. It's basically where other people come in and sit and we have a conversation about information that the world will find value from. So it's called Shop Talk. Shop Talk is where we bring authentic, transparent, yet informative conversations to you. That's it.
Okay, so I got from that, we're going to bring it to you. Yeah. That's what I got from that. Did y'all agree with me? We're going to bring it to you. Okay, so y'all have gotten the opportunity to embrace who and what they are, right? And these some amazing people, right? Right? Y'all ain't lying. These are some amazing people, right? So, I know that being an initiator or being in the beginning or in the primary stages of anything that you create or put together, there's always going to be highs and there's going to be lows, right? The most important thing for me in this evening was being able to pour into everyone. So when you say I mean that from the bottom, from this big toe on up, and this last little head, the one that keep growing too long, everything in between. That's who I am. That's my ministry. That is my purpose. So I'm not just doing that because that's what I think I should be doing. I do that because I don't know any better. I really don't. But with that being said, we're going to get into a game because y'all see they're amazing, right? What it is when it comes to business, you're going to go through highs and lows, right? So the game that we're going to play, it is called Struggle or Success. Everybody's experience in business is different. You might have made your first million on the first sale. Might have took you 3 or 4. You understand what I'm saying? Like everybody's growth is different. You had a partner to invest in you. You just had a dream. But at the end of the day, now it is what? Flourishing. You're doing amazing. You had a class to just start. How many? Don't get up here and get shot up. So that just lets you know that no matter if it's big or small, no matter if you have success or struggle, when we go through it together, then we go through it. And we make it on the other side, right? Am I right about that? Okay. So I'm going to ask you, good people, some information about your brand and your business. And we're going to start on this end and work our way over. And if you could, please hold your signs up when they call the number. And you in the audience, y'all too, you take your sign back. Y'all too. Y'all ain't got no signs, but y'all know inside for struggle, outside for success. Or should I do it the other way? High five inside if you had success, outside if you had struggle. Y'all got that? Okay, so at the start of the bit, because I don't got my glasses, y'all know I really can't see this, right? Okay, I got that one. So in your first year in business, did you have success or struggle? And I don't even want to be sitting here when I do this part. I want to get up and come over here. Let me come over here, because squeeze in, because I don't have no sign to hold up no way. Okay, so we got some variations. I see struggle. I see struggle. Okay, so we got mostly struggle. Y'all see that? We had one person that had success in the first year, but I don't see y'all hands. I don't know what y'all had.
Oh, I had it up.
Okay, let me see. Success. that said they had success. What do you think determined that success in that first year?
I think what I say is success is because it was something that I didn't think that I could achieve. And I think I shared this with you, like when I went into the first brokerage that I was at, they pretty much told me the demographics that you want to work with, you're not going to be successful. And as a result, not only was I successful, but I did what we call in the real estate industry as I capped, which means was, and I know, for black folks, we like, capping me like, hey, but I mean, it's what it was is pretty much I made the brokerage a certain amount of money where they no longer, I didn't have to pour into the brokerage anymore. Now I receive 100% of my commission. So to me, that was success. Success, and one that it was something that blew my mind, because remember I already told you, this was not something that I wanted to naturally go into. And then the other part of it was success because I was able to still work within the demographics that I had a passion for, and I didn't have to lose that in order to be successful.
And you know what? Success is all relative. It don't mean I made $1 billion, that made me success. But I was able to achieve something that I myself didn't even believe in myself. Okay, I like that. That's a good success story. Okay. So, who wants to share what their struggle was? Go ahead, Roland. Tell us about your struggle.
So when I first became a realtor, it's not like going, being on somebody's 9 to 5 where you go into a room and they train you for 2 weeks straight to do whatever task they want you to do. So they just kind of, give you some material and just kind of tell you to read it, and just kind of follow that and just do that. And I'm very literal. I'm a very literal person. So I tried to do that, and it just wasn't working for me. So that's kind of where I had to struggle at. And what I had to realize was, you know what? I'm an entrepreneur now. This is my business. I got to take the gloves off and make this fit who I am as a person. Make this fit my hustle, make this fit my grind. So I didn't completely just throw away the training manual. I just kind of looked at it, saw what I thought that I could use. It's kind of like eat the watermelon and spit the seeds.
Get what you need.
So that's what I did, and I put my own little flex to it, and that's when this sign went from this to that.
If y'all ain't encouraged by that, y'all see that? He's giving that sign. I like that. Okay. Does anybody else want to share a struggle or success and tell why? Okay, well, we gonna move.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I want you guys to share because somebody out there listening and they want to connect with you, but they don't know why they need to connect with you. And your answer may just be the connection.
Okay. Well, being a school owner, it wasn't like any training, like Roland said. Like, I came in oblivious. I knew nothing. Like, nothing. So my first year, it was like I was training myself. I'm not really a reader, if that makes sense. So I had to start researching, doing things that I didn't even like to do to learn. I'm like, oh my gosh, how is this going to work? I just knew I was going to fail within the first year, but I knew I couldn't because then God would have been like, what? Like, it was going to happen in the first year, if that makes sense.